Nicole here. Today's topic, or this week's topic, is about genderqueer and dating and how being genderqueer affects your dating life, etc. I guess first off, I'd like to talk about the fact that it really has, actually being genderqueer has really affected the way that I perceive and who I try to make serious relationships work with. As far as attraction goes and physical chemistry and things like that, all different gender identities, all different sexual orientations definitely attract me in that way. I don't have too much of a preference on who I'm attracted to. Now, as far as being genderqueer and being in a serious relationship, that's a little bit different. In the past, I've dated several different sexual orientations and gender identities, but mostly I've had a lot of experience with cisgendered female lesbians. And I've had good and bad experiences, but for the most part, my conclusion has been that, I don't work really well with that specific group, even though probably, I guess, that group is most attracted to me, typically. So, as far as attraction, of course, I'm attracted to cisgendered, lesbians just as much as anyone else. But it seems like that the women that I've dated can't really fully accept that male side, or that more masculine side. They always want me to stay further on the female end of the spectrum of things. They're like, oh, I accept your genderqueer, but, can you keep your hair long, or can you, do this sexually, or can you, hold back on this? And it seemed like to me that it was always a sort of push and pull game, tug of war with them concerning my gender identity. And I think some of that's because I have female mannerisms. I feel like I'm more feminine on the genderqueer scale, if there was a genderqueer scale. So I think that sometimes because of that, lesbians, assume that, up here is just as feminine as my mannerisms, and that's not true. I have both attributes going on, and I have sort of a wide range of gender expressions that I'm comfortable with, and that come out at different times. So I like to be able to be with someone who appreciates all sides of me and treats me appropriately as I'm presenting. And it seems like that I work best with bisexual people, regardless of any kind of gender identity or anything. But sexual orientation-wise, it seems like I'm the most comfortable with that group, because it doesn't matter. I can be a boy, I can be a girl, I can be in between, I can be nothing, and it's acceptable because usually that group likes all over the scale of everything. So, for instance, my girlfriend now, who we've been together about 10 months, and we were also together about 8 years ago, which I know is crazy gap between, but anyway, she, whenever I'm binding and feeling more towards the masculine presentation side of things, because I'm always the same. It just depends on what I want to present and what side of myself I'm feeling more of, or whatever. Because I'm really more of a non-gendered, I feel more third-gendered, kind of the etc. label. So I present in different ways to bring different sides of me out. And when I'm binding, she will, touch my chest in a different way than if I weren't binding. It makes me feel like she really is attentive to what I'm feeling gender-wise, and that she accepts that and embraces that. And that's a beautiful thing. And I haven't had that before with other women that I've dated. So I'm really happy in my relationship now because my gender is accepted and embraced, and I'm happy to be out of sort of the situation where I'm always trying to bargain my gender identity with the person I'm with, because that's never made me happy, and I do aim to please. You know, I try to be a good partner to who I'm with, but I'm really not willing to compromise, you know, my gender and the way that I view things and the way I present. It's just, I'm much happier you know, doing things on my own than trying to have that dictated to me in some way. So, I guess that's it on the subject, but I guess I'll see you next week.